I get this question all the time. What's better to live in, Bella Vista or Bentonville, Arkansas? Today we're covering both the pros and cons, compare the two, let them fight it out in a battle to the death? Not really. Today we're comparing the two. What's better to live in, Bentonville, Arkansas or Bella Vista, Arkansas? So, without further ado, let's jump right into the content. Hey everybody! If you don't know who I am, my name is Phillip Shepard. I'm a local real estate agent located right here in Northwest Arkansas. If you weren't aware, I actually was a real estate broker located in the dumpster fire, the horrible, the no good state of Illinois. The worst. Anyways, I could have moved anywhere I wanted to in America. I could have moved to Boise, I could have moved to Golden, I could have moved to Salt Lake City, I could have moved to Dallas, I could have moved to Asheville, I could have moved anywhere I wanted to. But I chose Northwest Arkansas, and it is by far the best place to live in America, literally by far. If you ever want to talk about why I chose Northwest Arkansas versus anywhere else in America, let's meet up for coffee, let's talk on the phone, let's meet up and talk about why this place is truly amazing, and again, best place to live in America by far. So, without further ado, let's jump right into the content. Alright, and the first thing we're going to cover is actually the pros of the reigning champ, the one who holds the claim to fame, Bentonville, Arkansas. So let's talk about one of the first pros when it comes to actually living in Bentonville, Arkansas right now. And the first and probably the most important thing when it comes to living in Bentonville, definitely in comparison to Bella Vista, is the fact of its downtown section and activities. Now, obviously, we're going to kind of contrast compare to Bella Vista, but if you are living in downtown Bentonville or even near downtown Bentonville or live in Bentonville, you're going to take full, let's say, access to its downtown amenities. All the hotels, all the shopping, all the food, all the First Fridays, all the actual farmers markets, all the coffee shops, all the things going on in downtown Bentonville. That includes both summer, spring, winter, fall, the whole time. All the events, all the toy festivals with Walmart, of course, the ice skating, everything when it comes to downtown Bentonville is exciting, fun. The Winterfest, the actual lighting ceremony, the Christmas parades. It's truly like a hallmark town in Arkansas. Truly amazing altogether. So many people move to Bentonville, Arkansas because they come to one of the events, they check it out. They're like, if I could spend my whole life doing this, working in Northwest Arkansas, working remote and living this life, people come here all the time for that reason. So the downtown activities, all the amenities, all the fun in that downtown section becomes a huge win for Bentonville. And the second pro when it comes to Bentonville, Arkansas is going to be, and this is going to be the most obvious one, mountain biking. Where did that come from? So mountain biking obviously is a core principle, is a core thing of Bentonville, Arkansas, known to be the mountain biking capital of the world. But the fun thing about actual Bentonville, Arkansas when it comes to mountain biking is both first off, the complexity of the trail system. So if people are from Colorado or more insane mountain bikers, you're gonna have plenty of trails for them to, let's say, tone their skills, sharpen their axe, so to speak. And then the other opposite end of Bentonville is going inside the same space is going to be very beginner level stuff. So you have such a, let's say, gamut of amount of trail systems inside of Bentonville, Arkansas. So we have both the 40-mile trail system that's paved pathway. That's not necessarily mountain biking. That's the actual paved pathway for transportation, for funness, for just riding your bikes all the way up to Bella Vista, all the way down to Fayetteville. So that's a lot of fun. But obviously we have the very simple green circle pathways in Bentonville for people that want to rent bikes, try out mountain biking. It is a huge win for Bentonville, Arkansas. So people travel here, vacation here, check this place out, move here because of the mountain biking trail system right here. And all the way from, like I said, all the way from the green circle, like little bumps, little this, and this, all the way to like, we're going off the double diamond kind of sections in Bentonville. So you have such a wide range in Bentonville and such a packed area too. Oftentimes, if it's in different areas like Utah or Colorado or even like Nevada or Arizona, it's like a ways out there. You have to spend, hours and hours to get out to a mountain biking trail system. But when you live in a mountain biking trail town, that changes some things, to say the least. And the third pro when it comes to Bentonville, Arkansas is going to be its business culture. Now, I don't necessarily mean stuffy, closed neck kind of situations. I mean entrepreneurship, out of the box thinking. A lot of businesses move here to work with Walmart, with JB Hunt and Tyson, with a lot of the vendors that move here. So it's kind of that kind of professional class kind of feel in Bentonville, Arkansas. A lot of times, you'll meet people over at Honest Coffee or different coffee shops or at a special event. And the nice thing is that when you are at events and also in, let's say, Bentonville, Arkansas, a lot of times it's going to be professional, or I should say like white collar people working for Walmart or working for vendors that are living in the area coming to the downtown section. So if you kind of vibe with that kind of like professional community in a sense of entrepreneurship or growth, of trying to become a better leader in your company, that is going to be a place for you. That is definitely the kind of style in Bentonville. Now, it does translate in a lot of ways with the businesses that exist in Bentonville. It comes with excellence. It comes with producing high products, produces, high quality homes. So it just trickles down throughout the whole area. And you see that in both Walmart, in JB Hunt, in Tyson, I guess, again, the vendors. But if you set a foot inside of any business inside of Bentonville and kind of in the whole general sense of Northwest Arkansas, you're going to get a sense that this is a professionally run business, high quality, great food, great service. It all comes with the full package living in Bentonville. And with every pro must come some cons. The first con we need to cover, and this might be super important to you when it comes to Bentonville, is the housing prices. That's kind of a thing you have to worry about. So housing prices are definitely more expensive in the downtown section of Bentonville, all the way ranging from, at the low end, like $500,000 to $600,000 on a good day, although to well north of that, up multi-millions, if not $1 million too, in Bentonville or in the downtown section. Now, if you're on the outskirts of Bentonville or maybe 10 minutes away from the downtown section, you're gonna be looking more in the mid fours, roughly right around there, so to speak. You could certainly find some in the 5s and 6s, but definitely that 4 to 5 range is average. And it just varies across the board, but oftentimes to find a house in Bentonville, Arkansas, under $350 is going to be very rare. There are some sections of Bentonville that are way out near the airport that do run around the 315 mark, but those are very, we're talking 25 to 30 minutes from there to there. I don't know how those homes are even part of Bentonville, but whatever. Different video, different time, different date. But regardless of all that, housing prices in Bentonville, Arkansas, are certainly different than what you might expect coming to the area. Whereas the median house price in Northwest Arkansas ranges from $300 to $350 depending where you're at. Whereas Bentonville, Arkansas, the downtown section will definitely start around the $500-600 range all day long, and then and go well north of there. And that's on the very cheap side. And then when you get in the outskirts of Bentonville, it's around the 400. So definitely more of a sticker shock when it comes to the Bentonville market. Again, those prices are driven because of the the salaries and the amount of people moving here. Definitely is a factor of that as well. And the other con we certainly need to be aware of when it comes to Bentonville, Arkansas, especially when it comes to comparing it to Bella Vista, is going to be the pace at which people move. Since it's more business culture, since it's more entrepreneurship, since it's more of all that nature, it does come with a faster pace of movement in the area. Now, if you're coming from LA, New York, Chicago, Dallas, that's going to be, we're not comparing that to here. It's definitely going to be slower than what that is. But when it comes to people that are moving from the country or people that are kind of even coming from a slower pace of life, it does actually move a little faster here in Bentonville, just due to the nature of what exists here. Definitely more business town, definitely more fun town, heavy on community, heavy on family. But there is that aspect of that with the business side, it does come with a faster pace of movement. Now, there are some pros to that. Things get done faster, buildings get done faster, projects get done faster, ideas move faster. So there is that aspect of we have an idea, it works well, let's get it done. So it's not going to go to this whole process of vetting necessarily. It's not, decisions are moved faster around Bentonville, Arkansas, to say the least. So regardless of all those things, it is a faster pace. It might even be slower comparison to where you're coming from, but oftentimes Bentonville's known for that faster paced movement just because of its business culture baked into the cake inside of Bentonville, Arkansas. Whoa. I made something for you. I made something called 3-day itineraries. So maybe you're looking to check this place out, kind of venture around the whole area. I have 3-day itineraries that goes day by day, restaurant by restaurant, thing by thing. So maybe you're an adventurer, maybe you're a sports person, maybe you're a foodie, maybe you're a sightseer, maybe you have kids, whatever it is. I have 3-day itineraries linked down below for you. So go ahead and download them and use them when you get down here. And also, maybe you are using things like Realtor.com, Zillow.com, or Redfin. Way too slow. Notifications, way too slow. That's why I made something called Instant Home Updates. Sounds exactly what it is, literally Instant Home Updates. So enter your information below, your name, bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage. Where do you want to move to in Northwest Arkansas? Enter all the information below and make sure to miss a single notification when it comes for homes for sale or for rent, all in Northwest Arkansas. Also, side note, every single Friday, I send an email just talking about all the cool things happening in Northwest Arkansas. What's going on downtown Bentonville? What's going on in Fayetteville? What's going on in downtown Springdale? What's going on in Walmart Amphitheater? What new construction is happening here? What new business? There are so many things all the time. Enter your name below, enter your email below, and make sure you get the email every single Friday. But I need you to be aware, just a little heads up, need to be aware, you will get a little fear of missing out, little FOMO, so to speak. But I promise you will be the most informed person eventually when you make your way down to Northwest Arkansas. And now let's jump over into Bella Vista, Arkansas. The first thing we need to cover, of course, one of my favorite spots. We're talking about the pros of Bella Vista, Arkansas. Let's jump into those right now. And the first pro to Bella Vista is going to be you have your own little kingdom in Bella Vista, Arkansas. So what I mean by that is that when you purchase a home in Bella Vista, 99% of the time you're not going to have neighbors behind you. You might have neighbors beside you. You're probably going to be in a cul-de-sac, and you might be a little bit more alone amongst the pine trees and the oak trees of Bella Vista. Bella Vista is quite sprawling. It'll be a long time before you ever really start seeing overpopulation in Bella Vista. And even then, there's so much isolation when it comes to Bella Vista that's like, it's going to be, even if you're in a neighborhood that's built out, you still feel kind of alone in your own little kingdom, because oftentimes there's just endless trees behind you. The reason that is because Bella Vista owns all the land that's in between all the different homes, meaning there's usually a ravine or some flat land, and there's homes and there's trees behind there that have been existed forever, and Bella Vista owns those trees. They own that property. Now you're gonna have a pretty big yard, but there's gonna be a land between you and the neighbor that's on the other side, sometimes up a ravine, sometimes across a little bit of a field, and then you're gonna have a lot of trees between you. So you might have neighbors on the side, but 99% of the time you're gonna have no one behind you. So you can have free reign to do whatever you want, obviously for the most part. It's not your land per se, but you can't be building homes on that, but you can walk through there. It's kind of like community property. So again, having that kind of protection, that kind of like your own little kingdom, definitely 100% exists in Bella Vista all the time. And the second pro when it comes to Bella Vista, Arkansas, and this is going to be the most obvious one, similar to Bentonville, is going to be, a little bit of a twist here, is going to be the fact that Bella Vista is a outdoor community haven. Now what I mean by that is like, there's actually a lot more trail systems baked into Bella Vista, mile-wise, versus Bentonville. It's going to be a lot more of this. But the nice thing is that when you have a lot more of this, you can go on hikes, you can go on runs. The trail systems are not heavily used because there's so many of them and so many miles. They're not super used in Bella Vista. Now, there's a lot of bikers out there, but it's so sprawling that in Bentonville, if you want to go on a hike on a trail system, like with your feet, you might want to rethink that. Whereas in Bella Vista, you can go on hikes all the time in Bella Vista and not run into a single biking. Now, obviously, there's hubs that people drop off all the time. You might want to be aware of that. But there's a lot of crisscrosses, a lot of jump offs, a lot of things you can jump into. Sometimes there's a lot of trails behind your house that you can jump into. So having that outdoor that outdoor recreation feel greater than mountain biking is huge. Because on top of that, we have pools, we have lakes, we have beaches, we have pickleball courts, we have indoor pools, we have weight centers, we have a shooting range, we have plenty of golf courses galore in Bella Vista. So if hiking and trail systems not your thing, you have so many opportunities to do outdoor activities in Bella Vista. Whereas Bentonville, they have the Bentonville Recreation Center, they have trail systems, they have a couple pickleball courts. But when it comes to outdoor recreation, Bella Vista really does take that cake all the way through. And the third pro that Bella Vista certainly has going for it, especially when it comes to comparing to Bentonville, is going to be affordable housing. You can find a new construction house in Bella Vista all the way from 300. Even last year, I sold new construction homes with 2 bedrooms that are that's kind of designed for a certain stage of life, obviously. 2 bedrooms for like $275-ish, new construction, beautiful homes. And then, but realistically, 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, in Bentonville School District is going to run you from $325 to $375, new construction. But anywhere around there, it's going to be a brand new home. And the nice thing when it comes to Bella Vista, again, these are not cookie cutter homes. They're not like, we're going to put one here. It's going to be one lot, maybe in a cul-de-sac, you're alone, and then maybe eventually in 5, 10, 15 years it might be built out. But for the time being, you're going to be it's not going to have any cookie cutter homes at all in Bella Vista. There's no major builders, consistent builders in Bella Vista. It's a lot of builders that build 4, 10, 15 homes a year tops, and then they're spread across the whole area. So there's really no chance of you actually having like a similar home even nearby. So that's one of the fun parts about Bella Vista is that, and they're all vary because like elevations change, and there's some flat lots, some steep lots, some this, some that. So it varies drastically of homes in Bella Vista, which I consider more of a good thing because you don't want to necessarily always be in a cookie cutter area all the time. Now, like Bentonville, with every pro comes some cons. And the first con we need to talk about when it comes to Bella Vista is the fact that Bella Vista has no downtown section. Now, this has been a gripe for years and years since I've been here. No downtown section, there's barely anything going on. And that was designed originally on purpose. very recreation driven events with that when it comes to that kind of style. But when it comes to a downtown parade, farmer's market, like First Fridays kind of vibe, not happening in Bella Vista. Now, a little asterisk here. The Waltons have purchased a huge portion of that potential downtown section of Bella Vista. There have been no official plans put out to the public what they're going to do yet, but everyone's aware, at least my conspiracy theories, is they are going to build a downtown section of Bella Vista. They're going to have coffee shops, they're going to have hotels, they're going to have places to do Christmas parades. They are building a bike ramp, like ski ramp, all the way up to some of the mountains, the hills of Bella Vista, so that's gonna be right across the way right there. So there's gonna be plenty of recreation happening in that downtown section of Bella Vista. It's probably truly about 3 to 5 years out, realistically, of being fully done. Again, these are plans have not been put out there, but I do know it's in the works. Like I have sources. I have sources that it's in the works. There's not ready to publicly say it just yet, but there is a downtown section coming into Bella Vista for sure, but not quite there yet. And the second con when it comes to Bella Vista, and this is a very well-known one, is the HOA in Bella Vista. Now, just to be clear, if you're coming from LA, from Utah, or other parts of the western side of America, coming from Chicago or Dallas, these HOAs are, I came here from Chicago, of course, these HOAs are so different here. Like when you hear HOA, you think like the neighbor that's coming next door, knocking on your door, like, hey, why did you not put your trash can out yesterday? I have yet to hear anything about that in Bella Vista, Arkansas. You can put sheds there, but some of the things they require, if you put a shed, it has to be under 10 feet with the height-wise. They want it to be in the likeness of the home. That's probably the most extreme thing they have on the HOA docket there. They basically, it's a very, I would consider a very easy HOA. Fences are fine, but they want wooden fences up front, and you can do whatever you want in the back, meaning like you can do metal, or if even chain link, nice chain link in the back. So they just want some sort of consistency. Really, at the end of the day, when it comes to HOA, is they don't want someone to paint their house pink and have chain link, like dirty chain link up front when it comes to their houses, park their cars without license plates on the street. Those are things they're trying to avoid. And that's obvious because if that stuff happens in Bella Vista, then the neighbors are going to be affected, and then their house values are going to be affected, and then becomes a real issue overall. So there is an HOA, and it does actually cost $40 per month, but with that $40 per month comes with obviously access to all the lakes, all the recreation centers, all the different things that come with Bella Vista. Now, you can't access the lakes of Bella Vista unless you're an HOA member, a property owner, but there are some limitations there when it comes to people who don't own property in Bella Vista. They can use some of the things, aka the trail systems, but that's where it gets cut off in Bella Vista. If you don't own a house in Bella Vista or land, you cannot use any of the recreation stuff in Bella Vista. But if you don't own anything, you still can use the trail system. So they definitely leverage that as well, of course, as kind of a perk. I'm sure the Waltons are involved. So that's kind of the last con of Bella Vista. All right, so we have now covered both the pros and cons of Bentonville, the pros and cons of Bella Vista. So kind of to summarize my thoughts, because obviously you hate these videos, like what's the best one? Really, at the end of the day, honestly, at the end of the day, sadly, it comes down to the big core things between Bella Vista and Bentonville is housing prices. First off, you kind of probably picked up on that right away. The second thing is how close do you want to be to people? If you want to be in Bella Vista, you can certainly not be around people all the time. You can have your own private life, have your own trees, have your own little kingdom. That's kind of the goal for Bella Vista. That's kind of the direction you want to go, plus affordable housing. That's the way. If you want that downtown section feel, or that kind of like easy access, like ride your bike to the downtown section, but that will either cost you quite a bit more money than Bella Vista. So those are the two conflicting things right there. And so that kind of leaves up to you, but they are both amazing places to live. My usual preference, obviously what I prefer is Bella Vista, just due to affordable housing, as well as just kind of like your own little kingdom. But if you want that downtown section feel, Bentonville is where it's at for sure. All right, that's all I have for you guys today. Again, if you haven't been down to Northwest Arkansas quite yet, I made something called the NWA Starter Pack. Sounds exactly what it is, literally a starter pack full of all the cool things in Northwest Arkansas. It comes with a 120-page literally guide of demographics, of school systems, education, all the different projects happening here, all the cool things you want to know about Northwest Arkansas comes in a 120-page guide. It comes with my itineraries. It comes with postcards. It comes with stickers. It comes with all sorts of different, right here. You want it for this reason. You want the Northwest Arkansas coloring book made by yours truly. I should actually probably color this, I think about it. But anyways, it's pretty amazing. Where's me? I'm here in center. Hold on. Hold your horses, people. I'm looking out to my side over here. This is going to be glorious. I'm not. Hold on. It's making way too long. There I am. You want to color my face in? Don't give me a mustache. Anyways, long story short, you definitely want the NWA starter pack. Enter your name and address below. Comes shipped, like literally a package shipped right to your home, box right to your home. Enter your address below. Make sure you get the package shipped to you right away. Also, side note, it does come with your first free mountain bike, so that's pretty cool. Whoa, and I know what you're thinking. It is my favorite full F word. Free! So enter your information below. Make sure you get that package shipped to you right away. All right, guys, see you next one.